The Rickroll, one of the oldest forms of internet tomfoolery. Historians say it dates back to the late 1800s, with its first appearance being in this ancient Greek painting. I made this in Photoshop yesterday. Now, for those of you who don't know what a Rickroll is, number one, do you exist? And number two, it's basically a classic example of the old bait and switch. You know, you send someone a link saying like, click here for free V-Bucks, and then you click for your free V-Bucks, and instead of getting your free V-Bucks, you get sent to Rick Astley's Never Gonna Give You Up music video. Now, this trend was very popular in the 2010s. It became the goal of many people to rickroll anyone and everyone they met. There's countless videos of content creators falling victim to this trend, and some kid even hacked his entire school district to rickroll the class. I mean, it's crazy. Throughout the years, there have been many classic rickrolls. There was the time the Padres rickrolled the Red Sox at Petco Park. The small family-owned company Disney put a rickroll at the end of Ralph Breaks the Internet, which was the only good part of the movie. And Rick Astley himself even rickrolled the nation in 2008 when he interrupted the imaginary friends at the Macy's Thanksgiving Parade. But rickrolling is a bit of an old trend, and for that reason, it's been quite a while since the last major rickrolling event occurred. Or that is until today. I have a plan to rickroll one of the most popular tourist attractions in the world. A place that garners hundreds of thousands of people every single day. I am going to rickroll Times Square. Now you're probably asking yourself, Dylan, how do you plan on rickrolling Times Square? Wouldn't that require you to, have money? Well, that's what I thought too. That is until I got recommended this video of Captain Olimar from Pikmin twerking in Times Square. I can explain. You see, this was part of a supposed Pikmin takeover where advertisements for the Nintendo game Pikmin 4 were being played in Times Square. Now you're probably thinking, yeah, no shit Nintendo is advertising their games in Times Square. But the thing is, this advertising isn't from Nintendo. In fact, every single video I've shown here is the work of a Pikmin fan who managed to get their video onto a billboard in Times Square. And so it raises the question, how the hell are they doing this? Well, I did some research, and it turns out there's a company called TSX where you can buy 15 seconds of fame and basically just play whatever you want in Times Square. Now, you'd probably think that this billboard would cost like $300 or $400 to play something on, but no. It's $40. Yeah, for only $40, I can play whatever I want in Times Square. Okay, great. So I just have to buy the billboard, upload the Rickroll music video to their platform, and boom, mission complete, right? Well, there's just one tiny problem. You see, in TSX's terms of service, they have a funny little line here that says, do not upload content that infringes someone else's copyright, which basically means that I can't upload the original music video, so we're gonna have to get a little creative here. In order to get my video approved, it has to be my own original content. And how do I turn the Rickroll into my own content? I'm going to have to recreate it. Now, thankfully for me, I took some band classes back in high school, so I should be able to record a cover of Never Gonna Give You Up fairly easily. All I gotta do is figure out how to record a guitar to my laptop, which can't be too difficult, right? So I have this thing called a multi-effects processor, which basically allows you to plug a guitar into it, and then you can emulate a bunch of different guitar amps. Now, the effects processor has a USB port on the back, so I was thinking I'll just plug my guitar into the processor and then plug the processor into my laptop, but I looked it up, and apparently the processor doesn't let you record on it, even though they let you do that in older models. So then I was like, okay, I'll try a GarageBand for the iPhone, because I honestly don't know what I was doing here. I was just kind of making this up. But long story short, it didn't work. So then I decided to look it up because, let's be honest, I was never gonna figure this out. Turns out I need to get an audio interface so I can, I don't know, like put audio into it and then put it into my I don't know, that's what the internet said. So then a couple days later it arrived, but it turns out that you can't just plug it straight into the laptop. You have to get this other program so that it can like transfer audio to the other thing, and then It's been 72 hours and I haven't slept. But now I can do this. Now that we got the guitar set up, all we have to do is record the Rickroll. So I think let's begin by laying down the drum beats. I forgot to figure out how to record the drums. But luckily all you have to do is just unplug this thing from here and then plug it directly into the drum set, and oh, hey, look at that, it actually works. But But then I remembered that playing the drums is actually kinda hard, which makes this next part a little boring, so here's the highlights of me messing up. But eventually I figured it out, and I don't think it sounds half bad, so now it's time to record the guitar parts. So now we got all the basic parts of the song done, and I think it sounds pretty good. However, it's not done yet. First of all, it needs a bass part. Now, unfortunately, I don't own a bass, nor do I know anybody who plays the bass, so we're going to be outsourcing the job to a session musician I found on Fiverr. And with that, the background parts of the song are all complete, but we still have to finish, like, you know, the rest of the song. Now, I don't think it'd sound very good if the entire thing was just guitar and drums, so I reached out to some of my friends who play instruments to see if they would be willing to help. Which basically means that I don't have to do any of the work, and they get to do all the work for me. This is a joke, thank you to everybody who helped. Oh yeah, and since this is a YouTube video, I can just do a massive time skip and... Boom, look at that. The cover's finished, it sounds beautiful, it definitely didn't take me 2 weeks to edit. So now that we got the sound part of the Rickroll done, we just have to figure out the visuals. Now in case if you forgot, I can't show any copyright material on the billboard, so sadly I'm not able to just play the original music video. However, the Pikmin videos, I'm pretty sure Pikmin is copyright, but they still let that play on the billboard, so I think that maybe they just don't enforce the rules very harshly. So going off of this information, my solution to making the Rickroll not copyright is I'll just put Chowder from Monster House's face onto Rick Astley. This is 30 minutes of my life I will never get back. Then all we have to do is mix the two parts together and... in the words of Remy the Rat, it's perfect. So now the Rickroll is complete, and I think that means that there's only one thing left to do. I can't believe that I'm saying this, but it's finally time to Rickroll Times Square. I booked it for 9:30 Eastern Time tomorrow, so I guess there's nothing left to do now except to wait. It got rejected. The video, they said I can't play it. Apparently, it does not meet their authenticity and integrity standards. I don't really know what that means. I think maybe the problem was the fact that Rick Astley's face was covered, so I'm gonna try removing the edited face out of it and resubmit it. And the video was denied again. This time they didn't give me a reason. And also I was banned from the platform. So as a last ditch attempt, I got my friend to make an account and I had him try uploading the video, and it got taken down again, this time for copyright. So now, to be honest, at this point in the video, I was kind of just considering giving up on Times Square. You know, maybe I could just call the video I Rickrolled Times Square in parentheses, but not actually. But I decided that wasn't good enough. And then it dawned on me. I may not be able to Rickroll Times Square with the original Rickroll, but wasn't this entire video about me creating my own Rickroll? I got a bunch of people to help me create a music video, and I was just gonna let it go to waste? Who's to say that I can't just upload what we made to the platform? I mean, isn't that kind of the same concept?
Ain't been looking good as of late. I got all this food on my plate. That's just how you do in LA. I'll take two and parlay. Okay.
And just like that, Times Square has officially been Rickrolled. This one will go down in the history books next to stuff like the Declaration of Independence. I do truly think that this is one of the most significant events of recent time. Oh, and by the way, if you want to watch the full music video that I made, the link will be at the end of the video or in the description and you can check it out. And you know, it really is too bad that we weren't able to play the actual Rickroll music video, but well, I may have slipped a little something in there.
The reason that the boy can live a life like this, I found my chips and Play-Dohs. Young falsetto, casa muy bueno at the archipelagos. While they walking on eggshells, I've been stomping on Legos.